Namaste, beautiful gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyen. If you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, 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 everyone. First of all, I want to get a huge shout out to the 4 people that ordered the Archangel Michael protection spray. Like, wow. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and your camaraderie. OMG. That just blew me away. Thank you for all that have contributed to my channel, whether it has been in the comment section, donations in the form of monetary gifts, gifts from my wish list to my channel, and those of you that have purchased my services and my readings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is because of you why I do what I do. And for that reason, this is the reason why I am going to do some activation codes on this reading with you today, so we can get you on your next leg of your journey. I wasn't going to channel today, but you know how that thing goes. When spirit calls you to do something, you do it. I am here to deliver this important message from Source. For those of you that are twin flames and soulmates, you are now transitioning into the next leg of your journey. There are new soul contracts that are being opened, new seals that are being broken on your new contracts. You are traversing into a new world, which is called the New Earth. With that being said, old energies, old paradigms, and beliefs are falling to the wayside. You cannot enter into the kingdom of the heavens with the old belief systems, your old ideologies, and your old genetic makeup. Please pay attention to what I am saying to you. You have to move out of your carbon body into your crystalline body and your light bodies, because you are ascending. For many of you, this is your last go round here on the earth. You're here to master this lifetime. For those of you that are in the first covenant, which are the 144,000 twin flames, you're here to master this lifetime with your twin, and you are supposed to have 3D union. Find out if you are the first fruits. Ask your higher self, am I the first fruit of the twin flames? Your higher self is very acclimated with the universal language and what I'm speaking of at this very now moment, even though you may not cognitively on a 3D level understand and understand what I'm saying. Your higher self and your soul knows the answer, and I am advised to tell you to ask if you are of the first fruits. You need to know. Because if the answer is yes, and you get that affirmative confirmation, then this reading is definitely for you. I will say this is a general read. I do not do personal readings on YouTube. However, I do personal readings. And if you are intuitively inclined and divinely guided, please look at the description box and you will see various readings and workings, shamanic healings that I do in order for you to be able to better understand your journey and yourself. Now, this reading is fluid, which means that even though I posted it today, November the 30th, it does not matter if you look at it on December the 1st or any other day for that matter, because it's fluid. And it means that it's going to be relevant for you at the time that you watch it. Notice that I am channeling, and I can only say so much when I am channeling, although I am hearing multiple things at the same time. Sometimes it causes me to stutter because I hear so much, and some of you that have been following me for a very long time, you already are used to my reads, you're already acclimated, and you already comprehend what is going on. It's not because I have a speech impediment. It is because I am a real 100% intuitive, and I channel information from the ethers. And sometimes I don't get a chance to say everything that I hear. All right. Now, I think I got all of the announcements out of the way. I am going to do your activation codes on this reading. There is another song that the angels have come to me and told me where an activation is. Now, you guys, one thing that source is telling me to let you guys know, you have to have 100% complete faith in what I am telling you. You cannot doubt it for not one moment, because if you do, you cancel out the activation and you put yourself in resistance and you block what is coming in for you. I'm not asking you to pay any money. I'm just asking you to pay attention. Okay? Because I am spearheading you into your union. I have been selected, I have been chosen amongst many other readers to help prepare you for your grand reunion. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and call in some help. I call in air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for your beautiful reading in all directions, time, and space, past, present, and future, and all universes, parallel universes, all dimensions, subdimensions, and so it is. I call upon Michael the Archangel for this reading because I need for Michael to open up the Christ grid and to expel any lower energies or entities or dark forces that may be hanging in there out at this now moment, because I need the Christ grid to open up for your activations. And when I feel Michael's presence fully and completely, I will start the reading. Very well. Thank you. So, crowning the read, we're starting off with the Lovers. You are being forced to make a choice. You and your partner. It's not all about him or her. It's all about both of you at this moment, because both of you, I feel like, have been called to the courts of justice from the divine. We all know that there is a movement, and there is a big movement of mass reunions that are going on, especially December the 12th is the date that I have been given by the spiritual realm. That is our next open portal. This is a big deal. When I get messages like this, you guys got to really pay attention. And the sad thing about it is that these type of readings are really not the most popular. And it just lets me know is because a lot of people are not in congruency with what they say that they want. A lot of people are not in the higher frequencies of their vibratory frequency to be a match for union. So it doesn't bother me. I'm doing my job regardless. All right. And I'm going to have my union. That's all I know. So with this choice, when you make this decision to not give up, to not look at your counterpart, your divine counterpart, in a negative light, you will get the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, oh my God. Like, I clarified this bottom deck with a whole different deck. Spirit is telling me that the Three of Cups does not represent a 3D celebration. It represents the new seals that are being broken off of your soul contracts. This is a new contract. Okay, the Three of Cups represents a new contract. Okay, a new celebration. The bride being prepared for the groom, the Christ bride and the Christ groom. You guys are getting your activations today on this live reading, on this reading that is going to be posted on YouTube today. You are opening up your new seals today, November the 30th, 11/30, 2019. And then for those of you that watch this video at a later time, the day that you watch it will be the day that you break open your seals. And trust me, it will happen in a divine timing, that was already pre-orchestrated and set in the book of life for you and your twin. So that's why I'm not worried about the number of people that are going to watch it at the time of this video, because I know those that are meant to watch it are going to be the ones that are going to watch it at their set time. This video comes with a lot of instructions, so please pay attention. I'm not just only reading, but I'm giving you information. Next, you have the Two of Cups. This represents the divine sacred union that you and your divine partner are in. Your partnership is a fated partnership. It is something that has already been predestined. Yes, I did say that word, because a lot of people don't believe in predestiny. A lot of people be like, oh, I have free will, I can do what I want to do. Yeah, contrary to belief. Free will is not really free will. It's just free choice. And you're not free of the consequences. There has been a standstill, the world in reverse. The reason why is because you have to catch up with your own timelines. You and your twin are now at that point with the Two of Cups where you're coming back into this spiritual connection first. A lot of you are having connections in the 5D and on the astral planes. That's a good sign for those of you that are seeing your twin more in your dream states. Congratulations, because that means that you are near. The wheel had to stop. The world cannot keep turning on its axle for you because you're entering into the new earth. We're already here. Many of us are already in the doors. Okay. A lot of you are still standing at the gates because you're waiting for your divine partner to catch up with you, because you have to be on the same vibratory frequency and vibratory match in order for you to enter together. You cannot enter into those gates alone. The two must become one. And that's the reason why you have the world in reverse. You have the Seven of Wands because you or your person are now admonished to protect your union, which is represented by the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground. Do not give in and do not give up. I'm going to repeat this again. Do not give in and throw in a towel, and do not give up by throwing the towel away completely. You have to walk away from the old you, or who you thought you were, or who you thought you once were. Your twin too. You have to walk towards illumination with the moon in the background. Walk towards luminosity. Let your light shine. Let your Christed heart shine into the world now, because you are needed for humanity to raise the consciousness that is on the earth. You are needed to step into your divine mission now, not tomorrow. And you certainly can't go back in time for yesterday. But this very moment, this very instant, you're being called. There is a clarion call that is going out into the cosmos for both divine feminine and divine masculine to wake up so you can go on to your next leg of your journey. Your old contracts are null and void. They're gone. They have already been completed. It is time for you to step into your new soul contracts and get your new activations. Whatever happened, the trauma, the pain, trepidation, purge it out. You cannot hold on to that. And a lot of you, which is symbolized by the Five of Cups, you're holding on to the pain. You're holding on to the trepidation. You're holding on to, he did this to me, she did this to me, she left me, he left me for a third party, she left me for a third party, etc. It's time to let those things go, because these things no longer serve your union. And this is what is putting resistance between you and your person. This is what is driving a wedge between the both of you. It is time to bring balance back into the situation, which is clarified by the card from the other deck. Six of Wands. It's all about harmonization, balance, peace. Let that go, transmute, transform. Send your divine counterpart love and light. Hold space for this person so they can continue to grow and evolve in this with you. This person is not your enemy. This person is not your foe. Stop looking at them as such. It is time for you guys to become the spiritual alchemist that you are. You guys are masters. You have mastered many lifetimes. It is time for you to awaken to who you are, because a lot of you have forgotten. Next, we have the Four of Swords. This symbolizes your awakening, which is very painful. It's not easy, you guys. Awakening means that you are awakening to truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. But this awakening has to happen for the Four of Wands to happen, for your celebration of your union, for the balance in the foundation to be reset. You guys, the reset button has been reset. That means your person has a clean slate, and so do you. And the way that you approach this now is looking at this with fresh eyes and new eyes, and realizing who they really are in the sight of source, and not in the old dynamic that you're trying to pigeonhole your person to. New eyes realize and see with fresh eyes. And it's time for you to look at your person in a new light, from a new and higher perspective. In order for this union to take flight, you are going to have to be the one to activate it and give it wings so it can fly. So I'm told that your person or you don't believe in fairy tales. Well, guess what? In the new world that we are now living in as high vibers and people that are in high conscious awareness, we believe in fairy tales because we make our fairy tales come true. We make our dreams come true by doing the spiritual and the inner work that is required so we can make the impossible possible with the help of source energy. We are co-creators alongside source, and we are working and we are manifesting this. So, speaking about manifestation, guess what you have? You have the manifestations card, which is the Eight of Wands, which represents fast communication that is going to be coming in from your person. And the way that this person looks at you is in a good light. They see you as the Queen of Cups, emotionally balanced, very loving, very nurturing, very supportive. The Queen of Cups, she is a well-rounded individual. And I am only speaking about the energy, not the sex, because we realize when it comes to tarot, it's about energy. More so it is about a sexual organ. But your person definitely is emotionally balanced. And that is the way that they're looking at you. They're looking at you as the all-time high. You got yourself together. Now, for a lot of you, your person is coming out of a spell. They're coming from up under a spell, which is represented with the High Priestess here. She is here because, don't you see this? She's working her magic. She's unbinding someone from a spell. This is your person. They are unbinding themselves from a spell that was put onto them by the karmic. I can't make this stuff up, you guys, because you got the Empress in reverse. This means that this deals with someone who is emotionally unstable. This represents the karmic. This person went to great lengths to trap your person. But since you are waking up and there's so much magic between you and your person, there's so much of a spiritual connection, this person is awakening alongside you. You guys are coming into full alignment together. And as you raise your high vibrations, this person's vibration is being raised high. And they're removing their own spells. They didn't have to go to anyone to remove it. They are remembering who in hell they are. No cap. They know who they are. And that's what makes them the High Priestess or the High Priest. Because they didn't need to go to a witch or someone to remove this spell from them that the karmic had put on them. And yes, they do know that the karmic had put the spell on them, because things were just not adding up. They loved you so much and they couldn't understand why there was a wedge between you. Well, the karmic is the one that put the wedge between you and your person. The karmic spell has now officially been broken. Now, you got judgment, and I clarified with justice. What? So you're in the high courts of the Supreme. You guys are there. Divine intervention is now into play. A lot of you felt like this connection was so unfair because you weren't getting the desired results that you worked so hard for. A lot of you have been doing your spiritual alchemy, your shamanic healings, your violet flame clearings to clear out all of the karma from all timelines, all dimensions and parallel universes and subdimensions, etc. And things were still not culminating for you. This union still wasn't manifesting. Well, it didn't have anything to do with what you didn't do or what you did do. It had a lot to do with divine timing and divine intervention. You were waiting for Source to give you the green light. This is your green light. There's going to be a balancing of the scales. And what you felt that was unjust and unfair, the wrong will be righted. This union is going to take place, hell or high water, come what may. You just have to know about divine timing. You have to know about your contracts. And I have given a large majority of you that are on this reading insight into the Akashic Records, your Akashic Records, and this timeline for you. Okay? This is a 5D reading. Like I said again, your soul contracts are new soul contracts. Your old ones are outdated. They've already been fulfilled. Stop reliving that dynamic, Source said. You're no longer in that energy anymore. You're moving into newer energies, into higher heights, which are represented by the activation cards. On the left side, this represents divine masculine. On the right side, this represents divine feminine. So divine masculine activation right now is for the third eye chakra. To be more intuitive, because divine masculines use their heads most of the time. They're in their head, they're stuck in their head. And this can cause and create chaos. Drop into your heart center. So the reason why this card is here is the frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. It's time for your psychic powers, your imagination, and all of this to be activated. And that is the reason why I called upon Michael the Archangel, so we can do this activation for you. So if you're ready for this activation on this reading, divine masculine, divine feminine, please say yes. And then we will do the activation now with the pendulum for the third eye chakra for those of you that are in the dynamic. And for those of you that are used to me doing the activations on the readings, you know that the pendulum stops when the activation is completely done. I advise that you do not click off of this video until the activation is fully integrated in your aura for both you and your person. Because what I do for you, I also do for your twin. I also want to let you know that I normally do this on the extended version. But I have decided to step into my divine mission and my call to help you guys with your activations. And I know a lot of you are not going to purchase the extended, even though it's only $11.11. But by all means, do not hesitate to donate. If you feel inclined to, you can still donate the $11.11, although you did not purchase it. If you would like to support the channel and to give an exchange of energy. And what you do for me, you do for yourself. Just remember that. And so the activation is almost complete. I feel it. Can't make this stuff up. All right, so the activation is complete for the third eye chakra being completely open so you guys can receive your download codes. There are going to be more download codes that are going to come to you from source, okay, during the course of this week. All right, so this lets me know with the coherence card, both of you are out of coherence. You guys have not been in vibrational frequency and match for one another. And you're not connected heart to heart, because if you were, this will not be here. I need you to look at the mandala that is on this card for your activation, and I will start to integrate it into your aura, both of your auras, after I read what's on the card. So the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for our optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. So there has been resistance. You guys have not been able to connect because you have not had the mind over heart and the heart over mind. The heart and mind connection is a must in order for this to be a union that's going to culminate and not separate again. So for you to have permanent union, I have to activate this. So I would activate coherence, and if I have your permission, please say yes for both you and your divine counterpart. All right, and so the frequency of coherence and the heart chakra will be activated at this now moment. And I just advise you, please do not click off this video in the time of your integration of your coherence and your heart chakra. If you do have to stop this video and come back, please make sure that it is after your integration is done, because I do realize things do come up. And this video is a little bit longer than a normal video because I have included the extended version on this video. Which are the activation cards. And sometimes, you know, activations can take longer than others, so please be patient. Thank you. I am getting goosebumps as I do this activation. This is a strong activation because it deals with the heart. Oh my God. Let me get out the way, because I definitely don't want to mess with the energy. Okay, it stopped on a 7 of Wands. Protecting your union. It's amazing how I see it stop on different cards that are pertinent to your situation. You have the dynamic. This is the whole relationship dynamic, and this is on the divine feminine side. If you agree to this activation, please say yes. Look at the mandala that's on the card to start the activation, just like you did the 2 previous cards. This frequency of dynamics supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origins of frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both feminine and completely new. Both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Believe it or not, it is dark in my room because I just woke up. So this is about your new soul contract, you guys. In order to fit into the new dynamic, your new relationship dynamic, first of all, for those of you that did not say yes, I need to have your complete permission as I stand in my sovereignty, and I have been empowered to do this activation for you under the guise of Michael the Archangel. If you agree to this for you and your divine counterpart, please say yes. So we are going to activate your new relationship dynamic, so you can open up your new soul contracts. By this happening, you guys, I want to let you know your old experiences are going to perish. You're going to have new experiences, new lessons as well. And that's not always a bad thing. This is a good thing, because both you and your counterpart are moving together, and you guys are aligning together, which is required, which is what you're supposed to do. I don't want to hear nobody saying, I don't want him anymore. I don't love him. I don't want his love. Okay, then click off the channel. Because this is for people that want their union. This is for people that are willing to do the work. And stop making excuses. And stop doing pity parties for yourself and feeling sorry for yourself because things didn't work out. It wasn't supposed to. It wasn't on the divine timing. It wasn't the right time. That's why it didn't work out. Even if your person wanted it to work out, it wouldn't. And it couldn't. Because there's a divine order in everything. That's the universal law. Your person didn't make up the universal laws. God did. Are you going to be mad at God now? No. You guys, the twin flame journey is not for the faint of hearts. It's only for those that are willing to do the work and not complain about it. Complaining is only going to push you further away from union. It's going to delay your union. Stop complaining, Source said. You're only pushing back your timelines. And you're only pushing union away from you when you do that. Start celebrating in the hallways because you're standing right at the gates. You already went through the door. That open portal, them portals have been open. And if you didn't walk through those doors already, shame on you. It's time for you to walk through those doors and walk out to the green pasture and stand at the gates because the gates are now open. We're going to get information on when we can walk through those gates. And like I said, some of you are walking through the gates now. Some of you don't even have to wait until December the 12th. Some of you are already making contact with your divine counterpart, even if it is in 5D. I like it better in 5D anyway. There's no conflict. There's no resistance. It's just all participation. And the work is being done faster in 5D than 3D anyway. 3D is low density, which is a slower moving energy. 5D, everything is fast there. For those of you that do not know how to work in 5D, you better research on how to do it. It's something that I taught myself. I didn't learn from the YouTube or I didn't learn from the internet. I've always been working from 5D ever since I was a little girl because I've always worked with angels. And I even work in higher dimensions than the 5D, to be quite honest. I work all the way in 90. Haven't went past that yet, but someday I will. But I am standing in between heaven and earth right now. And I am a mediator right now. Which is good enough for me. At this moment. On my journey. And on my leg that I'm on. We're all ascending. And we're all evolving. According to our spiritual contract with Source. The dynamic. It's going to take longer. Because you guys have a lot of different aspects that need to be shifted, different perspectives. The way that you look at each other, the way that you even feel about each other has to shift and change, you guys. It doesn't surprise me that it took longer for this one. Wow. Stopped on the 8 of Wands for your manifestation. Perfect. All right, so you're working with communication. For a lot of you, obviously, you're not in communication with your twin right now. Some of you have been out of communication for months, weeks. Some have been years, right? But the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of truth, to stay in the flow of Source and balance exchange. So there can be balance exchange between you and your person. First, I need you to look at the mandala for your activation to start it. And then I will synchronize it and balance out both of your energies through your aura, through the pendulum. Do I have your permission before I proceed? Please say yes. And now that I have your permission, I will go ahead and I will proceed with moving this into your auric field for you and your person. And this is what I mean about doing the work, you guys. Now, I'm not going to always be here to do the work for you for free. Seriously. I'm just going to keep it 100% real with you. I'm not even going to tell you how much money I have invested in my spiritual growth. It's been enough to me that I could purchase a new home, and that is no exaggeration. You have to do the work. You have to look at this as your life, because it is your life. And your quality of life is affected by what you do and what you don't do. And a lot of you already know that, because a lot of you are experiencing the dark night of the soul. And if you haven't experienced it, you will, especially being in a twin flame dynamic, because you have to burn away your karmic self. For those of you that want to continue the healing process, I do offer the violet karma clearing. And I will highly suggest that for you if you have not done that already. You have to burn out the karma between you and your twin. There are no exceptions. If you get back together and you still have karma, you'll break again. Because you cannot be together while you are burning off your karma, because you would just trigger one another. If you're interested, the information is in the description box, and I'm only offering this to help you. Because I want to see you win at this. Because I love getting emails that I bring my people back into union with their twin flames. You just don't know what that does to me. That lets me know that my work is not in vain. And of course I know that, but when I see that, it solidifies it, because we all need reassurance. No matter what level we are, no matter what side of the coin we're on, whether I'm the reader and the healer, it doesn't matter. I need confirmations too. I'm just keeping it 100% real with you. We all need confirmation. And the good thing about Source is that Source delivers that confirmation to each and every last one of us in many ways. So communication will be brought in between you and your person, whether it's in 3D or 5D, with this activation. And you guys, activations can happen immediately, and it can happen over a period of time, depending on where you are in your vibratory field. Remember, everything in the universe has to be a vibratory match. Even your manifestations. You have to be aligned with what it is that you're trying to manifest. Same when you do spiritual work. You have to be in alignment for the work that you're doing. And that's the reason why I ask for your permission before I do so I can make sure that I am aligned with your higher self. Because if not, you won't get the activation. This is about to stop. It stops on the Queen of Cups. Being emotionally open to receive your partner when your partner comes back. All right, you guys, I have completed this reading. I have completed your activations. It is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave a love donation if you feel inclined to. Or you could purchase a gift from my wish list on Amazon, and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love, and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. I will not do an extended because I did the extended on this reading as a bonus to you. Namaste.